Playa TV.
Showcasing Watford's talent. Raw vibes.
Now, we are joined in the studio by Leo Playa. Woo!
What's happening? You alright?
Yeah, good to see you, man. So, a session
Maybe
guitarist.
the best intro we've ever done.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm going to change my one to actually be that one. It sounds a lot better.
Yeah, by all means, use it. So, a session guitarist, songwriter, and music producer from North London. He's worked as a session musician for almost 15 years, working for various artists and toured all over Europe. So, you started out as a 15-year-old at the school band on Grange Hill. Sorry, I was just rechecking that to make sure that I was reading that correctly. Sorry, let's just go through that. So it was on Grange Hill you started out.
The first band that I was in, which is called PSI.
Yeah.
We were asked to be the school band in Grange Hill, just part of a plot line. So it was around the time I was doing my GCSEs. I was more bothered about going to sit.
Must be quite a feeling though. It must be very strange to be asked, like, look, do you want to be the band on Grange Hill? No?
It was quite cool. It was a couple of. I mean, I'm going quite a while back. I'm not going to disclose how long ago.
I've got to say though, quite a lot of people remember you surely for that. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing will stick in people's heads.
It's funny because last year I actually found the clip, the episode we was on YouTube, and I was like, I hadn't seen it in a long time. I was taking.
But now we're in that internet generation where it can be anywhere all the time.
Yeah,
and people can watch it.
I had a really bad haircut as well.
Well, time often passes and we look back at haircuts gone by. But that must have been fun to make at the time, though,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it was really cool, yeah. Especially at 15, you wouldn't expect anything cooler than that.
Yeah, can you imagine us doing anything that cool at 15?
No, definitely not.
Definitely
I think I was still like
that might have been
eating
the
mud.
only cool thing I did at 15, though.
Well, what happened from there then? So did you start your own band coming away from that with that band? Because I know you became a producer.
Yeah, well, I got into producing. I think I got one of them 4-track cassette tapes when I was about 16.
Yeah.
Just to record the band PSI. And then I just kind of started learning about equipment. And obviously when it went digital, I started getting stuff like, I got a Boss BR8, which is like a digital 8-track recorder when I was a student.
Nice.
And now I just use Logic because it's just on the computer.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've kind of built up your own skills bit by bit, moving forward with all your different kind of equipment and different skills, different instruments.
Yeah,
It's a good thing to have, though. I mean, being able to produce your own music as well is such like a good gift to have if you want to make your own music. To be able to do it yourself
Well,
is
yeah,
such an
especially because we were
advantage.
talking before we just came on air that you are a big fan of kind of a lot of different genres, right? So that must give you a bit of freedom to be able to go, right, I've got everything at my disposal, I can go in this direction now.
That's it, exactly. Yeah. It's a lot of fun just being able to sit in your own house and
absolutely
mucking around with some stuff like that and may come up with ideas and you go, well, I don't have to worry about getting into a studio, but it's nice getting into a studio. You know,
of course, yeah.
Just like finally polish it all up and all that.
Yeah, totally. So, but from one side of it, of you jamming in your room, to the other side, you've been on tour a lot over the years. Where's the best place you've ever played, do you reckon?
In England or Europe?
Anywhere, mate.
I'd have to go with Liverpool, actually.
Ooh. Okay, interesting. Tell us about that. What happened there?
I played the Matthew Street Festival there a couple of times. They don't do it anymore. It's usually the same time we have the Notting Hill Carnival in London.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
I think the biggest audience I played there was to about 50,000 people.
Oh, amazing.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that was quite
That
cool.
must have been such a natural high, that kind of rush.
Do you know what? It goes really quick. I usually take a photo of the audience and then about a day later look at the photo and I'm like, I did that, yeah.
There's that many people.
yeah.
That's awesome, though, man. Right, okay, so you've brought in a couple of tracks that we're going to play.
Yeah.
This is from your concept album, is that right? That you were just saying before we came on air as well. So this is the first one's called Are You the One? Do you want to give us some context, introduce it a bit before we...
Yeah, it's a little bit controversial, but it's based on a night that... Yeah, that a night I had. I was going to disguise it as someone else, but no, it was a night I had.
It wasn't a friend.
It was a guy who looked very much like me. A night I had with this girl who was having an affair. So I was helping her have an affair. That's what makes it controversial.
Oh, I see. Right, well, I see grounds. Well, this is Are You the One by Leo Playa.
Cheers.
3 a.m. and you get to my place. I've been waiting all here to see your face. I opened the door and I let you in. We both know what we're doing is a sin. My mind's telling me I'm wrong, yet my pride tells me it's a lie. 'Cause you're lying next to me and your body's next to mine. I've only known you a week, but I've never felt like this. So I live for now, 'cause ignorance is bliss. 'Cause in the morning you'll go back to him. So we'll talk all night while we get high. You say that thinking of me gives you butterflies. Pour another drink as we get closer. I change the tune, you take your credit card to the mirror. You might be the one, but I might just be some fun. Are these feelings wrong? When you're meant at home alone. Am I the one for you? Is this a dream come true? Are you the one for me? Is the truth too blind to see? Morning comes and we can do no more. High and naked, laying on my floor. Put on your clothes and grab your handbag. I find my phone and I call you a cab. You've gone home to him. After a night of sin, please tell me you're the one. And what we did went wrong.
Well, absolutely love that. That was Are You the One by Leo
It's like some
Playa.
kind of like road movie, like just cruising down.
Yeah, I know what you mean, actually, definitely.
Nice, really nice.
So you had some shout-outs, Leo, you were saying.
Oh yes, I want to big up to Scarlett, who just texted me.
Hello, Scarlett.
Amy, all right, Ard. It's a personal joke.
All right, Ard, Amy.
Just anyone I've worked with in the West End. Also want to give a shout out to the Manchester lot and everyone who was affected by London Bridge yesterday.
Absolutely. Big love
Absolutely.
to everyone involved there. Completely.
So, Leo, we've established that obviously you've been like a session guitarist. What would you say, in your opinion, how would you say like who's the best person you think you've worked with? Like, obviously your favourite. Let's not say best, your favourite. Even though obviously they were all good, but what's your favourite?
All equally good, yeah. I don't know, I've worked with some really random, like, in terms of, like, people who I suppose are famous or celebrities, I've worked with some very random people. Like Chesney Hawkes' dad, Chip.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
That was quite a funny day. He was quite a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm meant to mention him. A guy called Ben.
Everyone knows a guy called Ben.
Everyone knows a guy called Ben. I can't say his surname.
Ben, you know who you are.
Oh,
You're
Ben,
good fun to work with.
But yeah, the best person I work with, it's a tricky one. I wouldn't say it's someone famous. I'd say it's like...
No, that's totally fair.
Some of the people I actually work with in general are really talented. And
I mean, you have worked with a huge plethora of people, so you have got... when we asked you that question compared to a lot of other people, he has got to go through about 500 different musicians.
Exactly, yeah.
To be fair.
We asked the big questions here.
Yeah.
But obviously, as well as a songwriter, I mean, I personally am a massive I've got a really big fascination of people's writing processes. I think it's really kind of interesting how people work, what kind of gets them going. Like, so for you, what would you say is your writing process? Do you have like a kind of like a muse, or
Good question.
When I write a song, I kind of make up the melody part, all the backing tracks, so to speak. So all the guitar parts and the drums, the bass, whatever. And I'll make a rough mix, and I listen to it in my car, and I tend to come up with lyrics whilst I'm driving. So
and
I know what you mean there. Is it also kind of because your mind is occupied by driving that you almost feel like you get the better ideas because you're not giving
I'll tell you what, if you drive past me and I'm listening to one of my own songs, you would laugh.
Totally in the moment.
I'm in my own element, screaming out lyrics that no one's ever heard before.
But for example, like, do the sort of the content of your songs, the lyrics and that, do they come from personal experiences? Do they come from maybe like a more abstract kind of place?
Yeah, you said you're working on a concept album.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Again, yeah. I absolutely love concept albums. I think they're great. I mean, what is the sort of overall narrative of yours?
With my concept album, it was kind of therapy. I lost a few people in my family, so it was therapy to go over, and it was my dad and my uncle. But the concept of my album, it was based on the year 2009, which when they were both passed away. But I also joined quite a big rock band and did a massive tour with them.
Right.
I started the year seeing an old flame who I split up with, and then met this other girl who that last song's based on.
Nice, yeah.
And then we kind of split up, and then so it basically describes exactly what I went through that year.
Yeah, I was going to say, so as a concept, as a concept, it's kind of your experience of that year of 2000, right?
I did write a song regarding Michael Jackson passing away, but it didn't really fit with the rest of the album, so I took it.
We'll keep that one on the back burner.
Yeah. And the songs, they must like because you say you're very interested in genre bending, you're very interested in kind of trying new or trying different genres. Do you find that like certain emotional responses to things then warrant a different genre? Like, for example, maybe a more solemn or a sad memory is linked to like a certain genre, or
there's two songs in the album which I personally think are quite they're quite painful. They're quite uneasy to listen to because you know what they're about. Yeah. One of them's quite a dark trip-hop song which really fit the mood for that song. And there's another song which is just me and a piano, and I kind of, that was the inspiration I had. There was Someone Like You by Adele, which is something I'd never listened to, but it kind of fit there. But also mixing sort of like a theatre show type.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Absolutely, yeah. With when you look at how you're going to get the song out, it's not necessarily just the genre as well. I think because you can play so many instruments as well. You know,
I can only play guitar.
Oh, you can only play guitar. Oh, my bad. Sorry. So with the piano, did you get a pianist in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I've got a lot of I've got a handful of really good musicians at my disposal, which is quite lucky. And
definitely.
They were happy to help out.
Wicked,
no,
cool. Brilliant.
Again, asking these massive questions. You've worked with all these people. So if you were, say, you're headlining a show, who would be your favourite 3 artists to bring along with you? So it's like your name's up in lights, and you've got 3 people coming up with
you. If I can pick my own,
you get to pick your own people. They can be obviously anyone.
Well, you'd have to have Flea on bass.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I suppose I'm a massive Slash. Can it be people who are dead as well?
Yeah. We'll go Dead or Alive. It's going to be like the most amazing show ever.
All right, well then Hendrix is definitely in there.
Yeah.
So we've got Slash, Hendrix, and Flea.
Yeah.
I mean, I would spend so much money to see that.
So would I.
I need a good drummer now, really, thinking about it. John Bonham, then,
Yeah, we'll give you the one extra for John Bonham, because we wouldn't want to add
John. That I think anyone would like, actually.
I mean, it has to happen now. It has to happen.
We'll see what we can do.
So I'll get that Ouija board down. Get in touch with Jimmy and John.
They get really trippy,
Get them on the trip-hop song,
So you've got a second song for us again. So do you want to sort of tell us a little bit about that one as well?
Okay, this is what I call the anti-ballad ballad.
Nice.
I mean, that in itself is brilliant.
So it's about, you usually get a lot of people writing ballads about being dumped. So I've written a song about being the dumper.
Oh.
Okay, switching it round. All right, cool. This is Gotta Move On by Leo Playa.
I didn't think it would end like this, but my darling, we had a final kiss. We tried to ignite a flame from the past, but it don't look like it's gonna last. I'm sorry, but it's over. You ain't my 4-leaf clover. Don't make this harder for me. You gotta move on.
Gotta Move On by Leo Playa.
Blushing.
Oh, incredible. We were just talking about how amazing that Les Paul sound is on the chorus.
Oh, thank you.
I always feel like I'm missing out with guitar talk. I know nothing about them.
We're kind of excluding Peter talking about guitar geek conversation.
You say that sometimes, like, I used to play in the Guns N' Roses tribute as Slash.
Yeah.
And after the gig, you get some crazy people coming up and asking you stuff. Like, someone said to me, how'd you get your tone just like Slash? I was like, turn the amp on.
Yeah, sure people can get far too into that. Anyway, right, okay. Where can we see you live soon, Leo? If people want to hear that kind of that vibe.
I mainly play in the West End quite a lot with a band called the Vipers. We played down at like O'Neill's in Soho, Dirty Harry's.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You're playing a couple of times, I think, over the next couple of months around Soho, right? So just to check your website for when.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, leoplaya.com.
Leoplaya.com. Playa, Playa.
Yeah.
And where else can we find your music online? And where else can we keep up to date with what you're up to?
I've got a Facebook page as Leo Playa, Instagram and Twitter. I think Twitter's Leo Playa UK.
Cool.
And then there's my YouTube channel, which is Playa TV.
Playa TV, Playa TV.
Yeah, it's all Playas.
Awesome. Right, okay, cool. So make sure you guys go and check out his stuff online and see where he's going to be playing live around Soho. But for now, thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Cheers, mate.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you soon, mate.
All right, take care.
Watford's talent on your radio. Raw